must have been yours because you have extra dough in here. That's your dough.
Was that my dough?
Yeah, because mine was all laid out.
Okay. So,
Cup of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, and
half a cup of Crisco.
I was going to remember how much we used. So 1 cup of flour. This is a cup, right?
That's a cup.
Make sure I have a lot this time.
We'll try Grandma's pie.
1 cup of that, half a cup of Crisco.
We'll make the open faced peach pie.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have a half? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a half a cup. Oh, you need a half teaspoon of salt.
Are you supposed to pack your Crisco in, or just kind of like put it in there?
Put the salt in.
Sure.
Is that your half? Yeah, it's half a teaspoon. Okay. Now half a cup of Crisco. Do I need pie crust? Now, if you were making a pie crust, which, Barbara, you could probably take this home, and then I don't know whether you could take an unbaked pie crust and freeze it, and then pull it out later.
We'll just bake it.
And like put pumpkin pie filling in it, or pecan pie filling in it, and bake it.
But does the peach, or the peach one, does it have to have a baked pie crust?
I think it has to have an unbaked pie crust. So we're gonna fill this and bake it here today. Okay.
Okay.
So
that will be fine. So
do
you think the Crisco, does it matter if it's like patted down in or just kind of loose?
Fine.
Because I don't know how much I'm already got too much. That's not right? What kind do you think?
I have lots of measuring cups, girls.
Oh, but still, no sense in.
Since I don't want to worry about, I might as well go ahead and make another pie crust. Just one here. I can go ahead and make it, and then I might make pumpkin pie. Go ahead and cut. It's time for pumpkin pie season. What I do with my salt. I'm good at that.
Right there.
Oh, right in front of me.
So I said, is that salt back there in the container?
Okay.
Okay. I'll watch how she does her. Do you twist or do you poke?
Both.
Okay. Well,
Probably more twist.
Me too, because I thought maybe that's why I had mine so too mushy, because that's what I do too. Do you make pie crust and freeze it not in a pie pan, just like make it and ball it up and separate it out into like a pie, 1 or 2 pie unbaked? You know what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Make your pie. Yeah, I think you can.
Make your pie dough.
Make pie dough.
Yeah.
I think actually you could make pie dough, put it in the refrigerator, and then roll it out later.
The kids freeze it, like, you know how long it would last in the freezer.
I'm losing track of where I was at. Okay.
We put salt.
I usually don't.
Flour.
See, I just usually make a pie crust right when I'm ready to make a pie.
Okay.
But you probably could, like at Thanksgiving, that was a good time if you wanted to make your pie. And this is like anything. Once you've done this, the next time it'll go together much faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question though. This might be make a difference. Is her dough coming together differently because it is in a bowl and this is in metal?
Not that I know of. I did mine in metal.
I know, but yours and mine. Let's see how.
Sometimes I take the, as you said, just anything to break down the Crisco. That's what you're trying to do, is break that Crisco down. But I used to have a pastry blender that it had real fine wires. I don't know what I did with that. Oh, I bet them.
water, right?
And it's in the freezer.
Yeah, we need to get the water out. Now, last time we used 1/4 of a cup.
Yeah.
This time, you're only going to use 2 tablespoons.
How much are you going to use?
2 tablespoons.
Doesn't matter if the top of the lid's kind of good.
And then you're just going to mix it up and make it into a ball.
Big.
Should be using a fork or knife, doesn't matter.
It's too big. When you cut it in.
I think you're fine.
Okay. Then you do the water.
Yeah.
And then ball it.
It's funny how everybody's consistency
I
is
know.
so different.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like hers is wet already. And sometimes that makes a difference too.
No, look how wet mine is again.
Yeah.
I must beat the crap out of that Crisco.
2 tablespoons.
About 2 tablespoons of water. Well, I'll tell you, humidity plays a big part in stuff. So I especially notice
And
that
it
when I'm
feels
making,
warmer here now than it started. You know what I mean with the oven.
yeah, making noodles.
I was like, can you open that flour? Yeah. I was waiting patiently. I know.
When I go up to Shipshawana or Costco's, I buy, well, right now I do it at Costco's. I buy flour like 25-pound bags.
Oh, jeez.
I keep it in the refrigerator in mine. But especially this time of year. And basically, I just want to now get that so I can get it into a ball and get it on the table so I can roll it out.
That's what I used. I hope it's right. Tablespoon bigger than a teaspoon, so I use tablespoon. Right? 2
Yeah,
tablespoons?
2 tablespoons.
Okay.
Next week we'll do it now. Make sure that you don't put too much flour on your pie dough.
Okay. Will that dry it out?
Yeah,
Because
because
I
it's
haven't-
tough.
See, I'm used to that because I'm not used to having this roller.
Yeah,
covered.
yeah. But since you've already made one pie, it's probably pretty good. But what I said, don't. Now, if I was making noodles, I would add
Okay.
a lot of pie flour too. Because I work when I'm making noodles, I add my flour. I want to get flour into my noodles.
My 2 tablespoons made it too wet. Do I put a little more flour in?
You're gonna need flour. Put it
Yeah,
down.
I mean,
Mine was pretty wet too.
it's okay.
I think it'll be
Both
okay.
of mine have been wet.
Yeah. If you put too much flour, it makes your pie dough tough.
Okay.
Okay, you just want to be able now to get it out and roll it. That's the same thing with biscuits. You don't, when you make biscuits, you don't.
Don't do that.
Now you're only gonna. Now what we're doing is we're only gonna make the bottom crust.
Okay.
Okay.
So it needs to be about 9.
So now we need another pie pan.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
We have some in here.
Yeah.
Alright, I think I'm going to take.
Since I know this one's not going anywhere, I'm gonna use that pie pan. I have more pie pans over here.
And we've got tons.
I may make here later, but not today. I said, well, Travis, when you make your sugar cream pie,
I love
do you make pie crust?
I buy a crust. Keebler L's make my crust.
Sugar L's. Now I like graham cracker crust for certain things, and I have some what they call frozen pie recipes where you like a cream pie, frozen chocolate pie, or frozen cream. Except with
Now I have made sugar.
I don't
cream
have
pie
kids
before.
eating them. I don't have anybody here to eat them anymore.
I have made sugar cream pie from scratch before. I haven't made the crust, but I made the
I
the
don't.
filling, and it's pretty yummy.
I like the filling on Wix, but I like the crust.
Yeah, I bet not. I just buy like the Pilsner or whatever it was.
I don't know that I've ever bought a pie crust.
Broke. What do I do when I break?
Just flip it over.
Okay.
Okay.
Crack.
And now what you're going to do is you're just going to pinch it together there. Okay. Just pinch it together.
Okay.
It'll do that. Does it to all of us. As we say in sewing, it's not when it's, you know, it's not if you make a mistake, it's a matter of when you're going to make it. We all make them. And it's, see, look at mine. My pie dough stuck.
Oh, mine cracked too right there.
My thing is, I need to get this whole thing.
Oh, look what happened!
Mine did the same thing.
Dang it!
Mine did the same
I
thing.
must have too much flour on it.
Either too much flour or mine's too wet. Right there. So I'm gonna
Start over.
You can.
It's cracked up too much. Come on, buddy, work with me. Ah! This little thing scoots around way too much.
Mine broke too. I would say maybe it was too wet. This is what usually happens to me.
What's that?
Now Travis is going to show all my mistakes. My pie crust is too thick. But you know what? I'm going to. See, girls, even the experienced ones have problems.
Here, you come over here. Go right there.
Well, this one, since it's just the bottom, we still do a finger around.
And this time, what you're going to do now is turn this in,
And then
just
do
like
the
you did.
pinching.
Pinch it. Mm-hmm.
All right, buddy, be cooperative with me.
This one, it is wetter this time. I think all of ours are wetter.
Come on, it'll break.
Well, I know too. I see one of my problems is my pastry thing has gotten really dry. Travis should put Eileen down here. I thought maybe Lisa would be here, but I think they had a wedding and everything going to yesterday.
Yeah, I bet she's coming.
So does Lori like it out there in Washington?
Yeah, they do. I don't think they're in love with it, but they like it. It's a really cute town.
Yeah,
My
he's
niece
just
enjoy
there.
it. It's good for the kids.
They love the climate
Mm-hmm.
and the
Always something, they have lots of festivals going on.
It's always something new.
We've been out there.
And they
before.
love outdoor stuff, so that's really good too.
Yeah. My niece is out there.
Yeah.
Both of my nieces are out there.
Oh, really?
Well, I have another niece out there. Been out there for several years.
Same brother?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, she's met her. So your mom's met
Mom,
Kelly.
yeah.
Kelly. My
I'm
brother's
Kelly.
daughter.
Now, do you do the thing too?
Mm-hmm. Do the same thing.
Do the thing. Do you do the thing?
You do the thing. You're just not putting the crust on top. Now, you can, we'll take your pie and we'll make Grandma's peach pie filling for it. Okay. And I'm going to take mine and I'm going to fix it so if I want to do a cream filling, I can.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is a pie filling, like if I wanted to do pumpkin or pecan, mine's going to be if I later want to add lemon meringue or chocolate pie filling and put, you know, or actually, truthfully, yeah, I'll do that. I can do a whole pie crust.
This is wet.
Just get your hands a little floury. Now what I do, if I wanted to make little individual hand pies, I would make this dough like we just did, and I would cut circles, about 6 circles, put a little pie filling in the middle, and then this goes, and then lay a pie dough on top, and this crunches the edges. And then that's when the little cinnamon and sugar on top really, and you have little individual hand pies.
That's cool.
Carrie used to always say, my edges and my pies aren't as pretty as Glory's. That's what she always called you, Glory.
Who said that?
And Carrie.
Oh, really?
The edge of my crust aren't as pretty as Glory's.
Now, if I was going to, and I don't think I want to, because I think I'm going to save this later and make a pumpkin pie out of it. If I was going to make this a baked pie filling, because a lot of recipes say pour it into a baked pie filling. When I fluted the edges, I would go back and pinch this so that I make sure it kind of overhangs.
Oh, because you're going to fill.
And then what you do is you take a fork and you prick all of this so that when you bake it, it doesn't shrink into the pan. And by pinching it over the edge, it helps to kind of hold that pie crust in.
Okay.
Okay, how's that look? I'm a little lopsided.
That's fine.
And I just flute it?
Just flute it, Now, what are you going to do with yours later? You going to use it for like pumpkin pie or pecan pie?
Well, the peach, she's making the peach one.
You can make a peach one too.
Can we make it and not bake it, or should we just go ahead and bake it?
You probably should bake it.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, you want to do the peach one.
If we've got enough. Do we have enough?
If not, if I don't, I can get another quart of peaches up here.
Did you not want those peaches out or frozen?
Oh, we'll use your frozen.
Yeah,
we got enough.
Let me know what you said.
Oh, no.
Actually, we might just go ahead and use your frozen ones, and I can always, we'll just eat mine fresh. Right now, I have pears.
And the frozen ones are thawed.
Yeah, I have pears on. You got pears, Travis?
Yes.
That's something Lori has out there that's really, really good. They love them.
Their apples are great.
Are they Bradford pears?
And the Vidalia onions. I'm trying to think of what kind of a pie I would make this.
You don't have tomatoes left, do you?
It says using a baked pie crust.
Usually just your cream, like your custard
Yeah.
pies. Like a lemon or a
Well, like any pie
chocolate.
that's going to have whipped cream on top. If it's
Okay.
got meringue on it, then you want to bake your meringue.
Yeah, my mom used to
Okay.
make
Oh, okay. I want to demonstrate this one for you, so I'll do this. I'll go ahead and bake this one. If company comes real quick, I pull it out of the freezer, add chocolate pudding, nuts or whipped cream, and then put sprinkles on the top. Put chocolate sprinkles, and I tell the kids they were ants. Or this time for holidays. So, okay. So what I'm going to do.
So we only did that when you're
When you
baking
want to go,
without anything
I'm
in
going
it.
to bake this pie crust here in a minute.
So, because our filling held it down and we didn't need holes.
You didn't need to do this. Okay. And when I bake this, I bake it at 475.
Wow.
About 10 minutes.
That's a high temperature.
Okay. But the thing, and you'll find this in any recipe book, how to do this. But you want to prick this to let the heat come through so it doesn't shrink. But I had read somewhere when it said to kind of get your edges over the edge.
Ta-da! It's got a crack right there, but I think it's
Okay.
sitting right.
So we'll bake this last. Okay. We're done with the Crisco. Now, Grandma's recipe. Grandma's recipe said 1 baked crust, 1 to 2 eggs, 1 cup of sugar, 2 cups of sliced peaches, and 4 tablespoons of flour and butter. And she said to stir all the ingredients together and pour in on a baked pie crust. Sprinkle with cinnamon and bake at 425 for 30 to 45 minutes. To me, that sounds like it needs to be in an unbaked shell. Why do you need to bake the pie crust when you're going to bake it for 40 minutes?
Right.
Okay. And 2 cups of peaches is not going to be very much.
Yeah.
I would double it, and I would double the peaches, but not the sugar.
What'd you do on reunion day? That tasted just
I didn't
fine.
do that
Your
to
mom-
reunion.
your
My
mom
mother
did
did
that.
it.
Oh, she did it.
She did the pie.
All right.
So we're going to make up our own recipe. Okay.
We'll compromise and
We're going to
recreate.
compromise. Okay, it says serving size 1 cup. There's about 3 cups of peaches in each one of these bags. So if you want a nice full bag, I would say, let's put a bag and a half, and you're going to at least get, oh wait a minute, before you do that though, let's put it in a bowl. Let me wash a bowl here. That way you can mix your sugar, and let's do this too.
I do think hers were pretty light on the peach. I remember that. It was more custard than peach.
Let's
For the ones that you want in my
let's
here.
put the eggs in first and beat them.
Okay.
This is kind of why Donna I wanted to do
We're just
here.
gonna make
I got the
two,
ingredients.
Make double and just divide it.
Well, you're both going to make a pie.
Just go ahead and make yours and I'll make mine after you.
Yeah. So I would go ahead and put 2 eggs and a cup of sugar and 4 cups of peaches. And actually, she said we're going to improvise on her. Now, if you want to try the flour this time, you can.
Now,
Instead of the clear gel. Go ahead and break your eggs. Go ahead and whip them with that real quick. Make sure they're good and whipped.
2 eggs and a cup of sugar.
Okay, we're going to put a cup of sugar.
This is a half a cup, isn't it? That's a third. That's a half.
Cup. Here's a cup. There's a cup. This just had flour in it. That's a cup.
Hey, we got a little.
Yeah, you can take all these out. Get mine. Now, if you want, I can type all this up and send it to you.
Oh yeah. Here's your cup of sugar, girlfriend.
Just dump it
Oh.
right there.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
something I learned in 4-H with the girls. Even though it says cinnamon,
So you know it says cinnamon.
I always add it. No. Okay, we're going to change this recipe here.
We're gonna start over in here.
Okay, what are you
Your
adding?
number?
You've added 2 eggs and a
2
cup
eggs and a cup of
sugar. Okay. That's good enough. Okay. Half a cup of flour.
Okay.
Because we're using twice as much of fruit. Okay.
Is that your half?
Now.
Oh, she's gonna do
A little bit of
nutmeg.
nutmeg. If you've never been to Penzeys Spices in Castleton, This is fresh nutmeg.
Mm-hmm.
Can you smell it?
Oh yes, smells like.
Okay, you buy them like this, and they never get old.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to put them in the freezer or anything.
I haven't.
Don't say that.
Okay, so what I would do, Grandma said sprinkle cinnamon. Well, you know how we are. And you know, I actually have measuring spoons that say pinch, dash.
Oh, really?
Oh, after it's in the pie, we're gonna. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my peaches in here.
But you know what? Yeah, go ahead and put your peaches in.
Did you say a bag and a half or anything, or just a bag?
Well, there's only 3 cups in there, and 3 cups. That's so. If you want 4 cups of peaches, you're part of another bag. I would. If you want a full pie, I would put.
Do you care if I don't? Just because I like it kind of more custard and not less fruity. The peach
Okay.
one. Is that
I
okay?
doubled.
You doubled the flour, so we should.
Well, I really didn't. If I made it like this, I used 2 eggs, 1 cup of sugar.
But, yeah.
We doubled the flour.
So we need to double the fruit, don't we?
You won't have a very full pie. It'll come right down
we'll
there.
Do another cup
Just
of fruit.
maybe another cup of peaches.
Yeah.
I would.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
Hello.
There we go.
Hard to tell. Half of a half.
You're gonna need a.
No, so.
Okay. Just here. This is a small one. Just kind of mix them up. Pour them in your pan. Sprinkle them with a little sugar.
A little nutmeg. Or no.
Is that going to cause an issue, that little crack right there?
Shouldn't.
Okay. It's not really. I mean, what I did was I put a piece on top of it and rolled it again.
Fine. Nobody's gonna see it's gonna bake. There's your cinnamon, and if you want to put a little pinch of nutmeg on top, you can.
Okay.
Looks good
Yummy,
enough.
delicious though.
There's a better spatula. Have you ever been over to the KitchenAid factory in Greenville, Ohio? Oh, you need to go over there and take a tour of the factory.
Really?
I never saw so many
This is
mixers.
exactly like her.
It's a bigger one if you want to scrape the bowl.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. 10 minutes and those pies come out and we'll be ready to put the other ones in. Oh, I just go ahead and mix them right there.
Stick over there.
Doing the same ingredients.
So 2 eggs.
Depends on how full you want your pie.
I want
There's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
You're the chef.
There you go. I like that.
You do what you want.
All
2
right.
eggs. Swished around a little bit.
Okay.
Lightly sprinkle. 2 eggs, and the next thing's a cup of sugar.
Yeah, it says 1 to 2 eggs. You know, again, it's up to you. Whatever you want. You know how.
Cup of sugar.
And I was going to Google an open-faced pecan pie. I know a lot of people like one, kind of a rhubarb custard pie.
That sounds yummy.
It would be about the same. I have my old standbys.
Okay, so far I've got my 2 eggs and my cup of sugar. So now am I ready for my peaches?
You need about half a cup of
I
flour.
forgot my flowers. I need something else. Flour.
Put as much cinnamon. You know, you think about it. Most recipes call for, a tablespoon of cinnamon.
Right.
I know one pie I made.
Does it look good?
I saw another recipe. I saw on peaches they used almond flavoring, which is what I definitely use when I make cherry pies.
Do you?
Almond flavoring in cherry pies.
Do you ever make coconut cream pie?
Coconut cream, that is my favorite.
Jimmy
You know what? She
loves
has
it.
Does it really? Oh, well.
Do you just put the butter pats on it then?
Yeah, you could. Is that what
She
said?
has butter in here, but she doesn't say. She just
I
said mix
imagine
the
she
butter
put
in.
butter pads on top.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to make Jimmy. I've made coconut cream pie from scratch.
Oh my gosh.
I have made,
You be your buddy.
a lot of people just use pudding. I've done both. I'm going to get some butter.
Actually, that might be what he wants for his birthday or Thanksgiving time.
His birthday's in a couple weeks.
I don't know. Lots of birthdays in November on my side of the world. My sister-in-law, Lori, not your sister,
Yeah.
Sean's getting married in October, huh?
Scotty.
Scotty, I mean.
Yeah.
Sean's already married. He better believe that.
That's all right. Yeah, they're getting married. Actually, it'll be on Charlotte's first birthday. Because they set the date before
When was she born?
October 10th.
Ashley's birthday is October the 11th. My Ashley.
She was due the 11th.
Well, she did
Yeah, and she was going to be induced on that day. And then she went into labor late Thursday evening and had her Friday.
Barbara's got a whole closet full of little girls' clothes all bought for her.
Well, she has them in her closet. Yeah, she doesn't need any clothes, that's for damn sure. I'm sure.
Eyes are gonna not. I'm trying to look at it.
Yeah, I was working on my oven. I need to clean my burners. I got one burner that's kind of went out on me. I thought, oh, it's been 20 years since I've been. Okay, everybody got their eggs. Okay.
Does that look yummy?
I
I think it does.
Now you can kind of see the difference between, you used 4 cups of peaches and Donna only used, did you use
I did use
3?
Yeah, she used the same as me.
Okay. Now the
I
lady
think our pie
uptown
pans are
that
just a
bakes,
little
now,
different size.
there is a place uptown called Frostings and Crust. Her fruit pies are $20.
Wow.
The pecans are 30.
Wow.
But she makes them in glass pie pans, and they're like this high, and everything is from scratch.
Wow.
But you think about it, the time that you took, this is why a lot of people don't, if you don't bake pies and you want homemade pie.
Yeah, I don't think
Because
it's
at the school they're selling them right now for $12 from a homemade.
You put nutmeg and cinnamon on top, right?
Not a much. That's nutmeg. You just want maybe a pinch, like 1/4 of a teaspoon, but probably more cinnamon than anything.
Whoa. A little or a lot there? What's a lot?
And Grandma's recipe, as I said, was kind of like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'm like, okay.
So she taught me how to, I think I told you this.
I don't know. I just happened to find this recipe cards. Ruthie has some of the other recipes.
Yeah.
Now, Weldon says he always remembers Aunt Carrie on her mac and cheese. She always just put ketchup on top to give it color.
I don't remember that. Who's that? Weldon said that.
I think now they put crushed